So we are here now at Gen X. So that is my parents. You're in your mid-30s, whatever, gonna be your peoples. So Gen X. That the theme behind Generation X is gonna be independence. Divorce is a common theme. Emotional distancing. So y'all are like if ghosting was a ghost, y'all are like the incident that caused a person to be unalive and start going with ghosts. Like y'all were like the precursor of it. You know what I mean? So Gen X experience the latchkey culture, rising divorce rates. You had to experience that. Split households, spending time over here, then going over there. That was on the rise. Emotional independence. I don't need nobody. I got this. I don't need nobody to cheer me up. I got it. And it's crazy how the previous generations, how it was in the nature to not talk, but as they progress, you see a little bit more expressing, So it's something that God put into design, or I can't tell if it's something that is a hindrance. I can't tell which one it is. I'll probably do a little bit more research on that, because I think at the Tower of Babel, God had to confuse them in their language because their language became one. So they were like overly communicating. So that is like he threw in confusion to stop it. So I can't tell if it's bad or good, but nevertheless, it's uncontrollable that things have to be explained, they have to be expressed. It's within us. Absent parenting, different things, crack epidemic, war, many things happen to cause absent parenting. So survival changed. It changed completely. How did it change? Well, let's look at how those roles, each role evolved over that time, right? So let's start with, if I get this thing scrolling, there we go. Too much. Let's start with the lost kids, right? So kids learned with the lost kids generation was that retreating back would cause safety, would cause protection, right? They can handle everything themselves. They'll de-escalate themselves. They'll soothe themselves. They'll watch a show or something. They'll bring them down. So the lost child, that was on the rise. Think about it. Split parenting, that's two parents fighting each other. So who's going to be affected on that? The children. They're not going to be paid attention to as much. Think about the theme, which is some of the themes that took place. Let's see. So you also had you're going to be independent. You got it on your own. So there was a rise in the lost kids because there was a need, a strong emphasis on being strong and independent. And nothing says I'm independent more than being alone, being by yourself. That screams it. Although we never know what a person needs, it gives off it forces you. You only depend on you. All right. You had Mascot evolves. So their humor became more of an armor. So instead of it being something they use to de-escalate things, it became more of their protection. Why? Probably protection from speaking on anything of any importance, like anything real. So they would just resort to humor. Caretaker. It became more like little adults. So the caretaker and you'll see a lot of TV shows too. Like I think it's Shameless. You have Fiona was basically running the whole household. Like it was on her because her parents were so enamored with their own, mistakes and mess ups. Growing up, like whether you want to accept certain things or not, like if you're at home and you're left watching your siblings, that puts you in a role that maybe you don't even want to be in, but you're forced to be in because of the circumstances. So you got to survive. So that's another example. And when we think of the Bible, David. So David wasn't even invited. Imagine this. Peep this for a second. So you are at home. You have 4 or 5 brothers or sisters. And with them, right, the Obamas, they get wind that they are able to identify and pick the next president. Cool. So the Obamas, they drive, they fly in, and they go to your house. Hey, Mr. President. Hey, Mrs. Michelle Obama. And, they're looking good. They're looking fly. And you got everybody lined up. I got all my kids lined up. I have my smart one right here, who is they're accepted to Harvard, made all A's. They're great. And Obama look at him. No, it's not this one. Oh, then you must be looking for him. This is my favorite right here. He is it. He's just like you. He's charismatic, well dressed, well put together. Makes all A's. He's got a profitable online account business. It's him. This is my favorite. It got to be him. No, it's not him. Dang. So now that already makes the father he probably even says it dang, everybody hears it. They go to the next child. Oh, well, this is the most responsible child I have. They take care of the household for me, run the land. Nope, that's not him. So on and so forth. And then before Obama leaves, wait a minute. I got told y'all have one more kid. See, this is how bad it is with the lost child. The father they forgot themselves. Like, oh yeah, we do got one more, but it can't be him. That right there, and yet it is. So that's going to be in Samuel chapter 16, verse 11. 1 Samuel 16:11. But think of the thinking behind that. That's a lost child. That's what they get dealt with. So they're down there. They're handling business. They're tending to the sheep because nobody wants to deal with them. It's just like, kind of just go over there. Like, it's that one person that comes to you. Hey, what can I do? What can I help with? And it's like, you don't really have time to explain because you feel like they wouldn't get it anyway. Just I don't know. Go move that rock from here to there. The lost child. Like, we got to show interest. We have to show care. We have to show love to all of our children. I don't think it's good to say one's the favorite, but these are some of the ways, though, however, that the roles have evolved over time. So these are the family dynamics over the generations, and that was the evolution of them. All right, we're at probably the pinnacle of the show, right? We're at the apex. Well, this is the part you're going to want to stay logged on. You're going to want to stay. You want to subscribe actually right now, because I'm going to hype up this part so much because it's the best generation, the best era to ever be a part of. We have the best music. We have the best food. We have the best clothes. We have the best looking people. We have the best glasses. We have, I mean, everything is just big. Everything is phenomenal. Everything is tremendous. Everything is exquisite with this generation. This is the Picasso. This is like the Michelangelo. This is like the everything. The glory. This is like the Archmac. This is like Chick-fil-A being open on Sunday. It's the millennials. The millennial area. Yeah, era. I mean, there's nothing that should be bad on this. We're the millennials, man. Come on now. You know what I mean? Like, but pride. Let's humble ourselves, millennials. All right, here we go. So the theme for us is emotional awareness without healing. This is a bunch of bull. Emotional awareness without full healing. So it's just like big talk, but we're not really there yet. And if you know me, this probably fits very well. So here we go. Millennials grew up therapy culture. We grew up with the internet expansion, identity conversations, right? Having conversations about who we are really at all those, parties where we sit around, and economic instability. Check. Change in family structures. Yep. People finally gain language for their pain here when you're a millennial. We finally gain language for our pain. So let's see. There's an issue though. Our trauma though, right? The trauma that we experience is left undone. The trauma we experience is left undone. How so? So naming trauma is not the same as healing trauma. Yes, we can name it. Yeah, I can name that this person is a narcissist or this person is but it's not the same as healing. Like that, there's still some healing, there's still work that has to be done. Apparently our generation is very good at naming it, but not doing the work behind it. So Martha is going to be our example in the Bible. Martha was represents over functioning. Thou art careful and troubled about many things. You got a lot going on. You care too much about a lot of things. Many millennials, we've become emotionally exhausted trying to hold everything and everyone together. All right. So what are the roles in this generation of millennials? Let's take a look. Let's start with the hero. Okay. The hero is, so we have the hero. The hero is going to be achievement pressure. That's what they're going to feel. That's how this role is evolved. Achievement pressure. All right. Next, we have the caretaker. Emotional burnout. Notice how our expressions for these roles, they kind of ramped up a little bit. We're opening up a little bit more. So I suppose that it was independence then. Now we look at it, it's like, nah, that person is kind of burnt out. Scapegoat is publicly expresses pain. It's a person who publicly expresses pain. So it used to be that the family would just blame stuff on them. Now it's the person that expresses the pain of the family. Like the dynamics are changing each generation. But here's the issue. Again, naming the trauma does not heal it. It does not heal it. So when it comes down to the millennials, if there's anyone out there during this era that would like to share their viewpoint, please leave it in the comment box so we can learn from it. We'd love to learn from it, love to hear from you. So let's go to Gen Z and now Gen Alpha. So their theme is digital identity and algorithmic change. Algorithmic change. So the theme for Gen Z and Gen Alpha, digital identity and algorithmic survival. So sorry about that. Algorithm survival. Now roles no longer stay inside the house. They become public. This now is for everybody, common knowledge. So again, expressing. Notice how expressing has evolved over time. So the hero is the optimized child. It's AI tools, productivity, obsession, brand building, and performance identity. They're going to have a big emphasis on that. Scapegoat is a digital documented problem. One mistake can become permanent online. They're the ones that do the one joke and I'll get a whole bunch of viral views off of it, and that's them. Caretaker is emotional tech manager, managing schedules, apps, family communion, digital labor, and digital assistance. And you have the lost child. Some people now emotionally disappear. They just disappear. Whether it be in gaming, streaming, digital isolation, they just don't like to deal with people anymore. And the mascot is a content coping creator. So pain becomes memes, and trauma becomes reels, and humor becomes branding. Prodigal son is what we want to look at for that. So prodigal son came, and he was with this same problem. But older brother came, and he was the hero, or he was the hidden hero. So he was obediently serving externally. But inside, though, the bigger brother was resentful that the younger brother even left and was received. You know what? He wanted to just have him punished. Why? Because it's not fair. I've been staying here. I haven't left. I did everything right. And yet y'all are still showing mercy and grace to that person. That's some of the issues that can stem from these family problems. Is you always have to be understanding of the scenario and the situation and the people. So the technology changes, the pain evolves, but the human needs the same. We need to be seen. We need to be safe, we need to be valued, and we need to be loved. We've gone over all of the roles, and we've gone over how they evolved and what they involve too. Only thing left now is we're going to use our minds, go into personal prayer time, and ask yourself, which one of these roles are we normalizing right now? Meaning like we're just saying that it's okay, and there's no need to change anything or fix anything. And let's ask ourselves, have we grown emotionally? Have we grown spiritually, or have we just grown technology wise? Have we grown? Also, I'll put in there, have we grown mentally, right? Have we grown mentally? And with that being said, hopefully the point of this is to encourage families to go back and be family again, to go back and have dinner at the table, to go and face each other. But there's unheard trauma that has to be talked about. We are a particular generation where we need to know certain things. My elders are a generation where it was silence that needed to be met. I could use a little bit of that understanding that I need to be quiet. You could use a lot of bit of learning how to express yourself in a healthy manner that doesn't involve throwing out and exerting power around. I can see how in our relationships that we need this. Us as men, we need to start treating our women like the church. So therefore, we need to go see our children. We need to not use their mouth as a reason why we can't do our job. That doesn't be like being a man. How does all that tie in? Is family dynamics, right? If you've grown up this way, and this new part of the new family dynamics is not have any men around. And so women, ladies, we got to see that too. Maybe we stop depending on government for everything. Maybe we stop the fighting, the bickering. Maybe we stop that and let men be men. Men step up though and be it. Do it. We have to. Our families are on the line. They're being separated. They're being taken away. The only thing that can stop them is us. The only thing that can stop that spirit is us. The only thing that can stop that thinking is us. But if we're just filtering and spreading everything, cross-contaminating continuously, then we have no way to solve this. We need to introduce God. We need to introduce Christ into the mix, or else it's going to turn out how it's turning out, which is lawless, which is lovers of ourselves, which is no family, no validation, everything's going to be traumatic. Everything's going to be chaos. So part of my job is be a father's heart and love everybody back to there. I want to try to do a better job at that. And God dealt with me about doing a better job with that. And the best way I can do that job is to let you know that you're loved and that you're needed. So you need to return back home, man. And I mean return back to the Father. And ladies, we need to return back home. But I'm talking about return back to the Father for instructions. We don't got all the answers. And while we looked at this and we saw the changes over generation, it's a blessing to be able to even do that. So that's why we'll always have respect for our elders. But just know that this wasn't an attack. And I may have said something that may seem scary or kind of like me in the spirit, but it's not. Everything was to drive you to return back to your position, your new position as well, to let go of the things of old and step into your new position. You can't do your same position over and over forever. Nobody should. Nobody should. We and the youngest need to see growth. Let's take it there. Let's all do it. But it's gonna take a team. But it takes a village. It does take a team. And so we need to start praying for that in Jesus' name.
Don't worry the way I'm feeling the time of struggling, and you won't have to do this all alone. Treat this time like you a roof, and I'm away, but boys coming home, hold me gone.